Good afternoon to you all. My name is Kerry from Kerry's Card Creations. Welcome. So today is a bit of a craft along. I've tried to film this video 3 times now and it has been absolutely mad mental today. The first time I filmed it, I was almost to the end and somebody come in, "Cooey, Kerry," walked straight in on me. The second time I tried to film it, my phone rang and shut my phone off. So this is my 3rd time lucky. So fingers crossed, because my grandson is not very well. Let's see if my daughter rings. So I had to make a card. I had a new customer ring me today, which was the phone call I had. And the theme for the card that she wanted was cats. Well, I had this embossing folder. Now, it came with a magazine. I don't know what magazine it is. I don't know how long I've had it, but a long time. And with it, you got these characters. It's just been laying around forever, and I just knew where it was, so I wanted to use this. I didn't use the characters. I have this time for my card, but I didn't use it when I made the card for the order. And you get a cat and a dog. The bone has been long lost, but I do still have the paw print. There's a paw print at the top there. The bone is missing, but this has just been stuck on my shelf, and I don't even know if I've ever used it, but I wanted to use it. I had it in my head that I wanted to use it. So I thought, while I've got my pieces about, I will make a tutorial, because I just completely scrapped the tutorial that I was making this morning. I forgot about that. So I'm going to make a floating 6x6 floating card. So I've got most of my pieces prepped this time. So I've got a card blank. This is A4 by 14.8, and I've scored it on the long side at 14.8. I'm going to put this in my cutter. So this center score line, I'm going to put it at 5 centimeters and cut it. So I've now got that. And then I'm going to cut 5 centimeters off this piece that's left. So I'm left with 2 pieces. Now I've got some pieces to mat and layer the back. I've got a piece of coloured card. This has just arrived today from Tonic Studio. Excuse me, it's their textured card. So this measures 14.3 by 14.3. And I've got a piece of pattern paper. Now this paper pad is, I've had it for a little while, but it's oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of them. It's I haven't even got a top to them now. Paper Boutique, I think it is. And it's all, this one is puppies. So they did dogs, then they did puppies, and they did cats as well. And so this is the puppies paper pad. So I'm using, I've got one sheet. It's ever so cute. I'm using this one for the outside, and then I'm using this one for the inside and my layers. So I'm just going to, my glue's running out as well. It is a crazy day, very crazy day. Okay, so I'm just going to mat and layer that for the inside. Trying to revisit some of the, over the years I've made and wrote instructions for lots and lots of cards, and I'm just trying to go back over some of my old instructions and recreate the cards that I wrote instructions for. So that will end up going like that. So I've got 2 pieces of coloured card. These measure 4.5 centimeters by 14.3. And I've got 2 pieces of pattern paper. These measure 4 centimeters by 13.8. So I'm just going to glue them on there. I mean, I've never used this embossing folder, and I've never used the stamp set that go with it, and I can't even tell you what magazine it even came out of. I've had it that long, and literally it was just sitting on my shelf. And when this lady said, oh, she wanted a card and for her daughter, and her daughter's got a ginger cat, I just had this idea of this cat sat at the window, and then I remembered I've got some lovely window cutting dies, but I wanted something a bit bigger. So that one is going to go down there. I'm just going to put that one on the top of there. Okay, so that is what I've got so far. Now then, I have cut some acetate. Do I put the acetate behind it, which is what I did before, and then put my bits on? We might do that. I've cut it ready anyway, so I'm going to put this bit of acetate on. So my piece of acetate measures 7 centimeters by 14.8, and I've put a strip of red tape top and bottom, and I'm going to stick this, I'm going to line this up on my board, on my grid mat, and I'm going to stick this piece no, I'm not going to stick it 1 centimeter in. I'm going to stick it 1 centimeter in from that top. It's a bit short. Why is that short? I don't know why that's a bit short. Right, so I've just stuck that 1 centimeter in, and then I'm going to take this piece off, and then I'm going to line this piece up with the bottom and the side, and stick that on there like that. There we go. So that's my card base. So what I did is I embossed the window. I don't know where you can see that. So this piece measures 11 centimeters by 11 centimeters. So then I did a matte layer that measures 11.5 by 11.5 centimeters. And then I did another white layer to give me my matching 3 layers. This measures 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters. So I'm just going to glue those pieces together. Okay, so I'm going to now just add some foam tape to the, make sure I've got it the right way around. I'm going to put some foam tape along the top and along the bottom. And I'm going to stick this piece on the front of my card. Make sure it's the right way round. make sure I get it. It's because it covers quite a lot. I could have done a proper floating one really and not bothered with the acetate, to be honest, because I think it's so big it would have kept it in place, but it just gives it a bit more stability. So what I did then is I played around with this because I just wasn't quite getting it right. I then cut a piece of the plainer paper. Now this piece here, this window piece, measured 7 centimeters, and originally I was just going to put that on there and then layer it up, but it got a bit lost with the white, so I then cut a piece of paper that measures 7.5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters. So I'm just gonna, it just gives a tiny little frame around it. I just think it broke that white up a little bit. It's just how you like to make cards, really. But for me, it just needed a little bit of, a lift. Right. So then I cut the window out. And again, I was going to stick that on there. And then again, I just felt, so I've cut another piece of that same paper. This measures 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So this one measures 6.5 by 6.5. And again, I'm just going to frame it. I just think without the little bit of pattern behind it, it's not a massive amount. It's just a tiny bit, but I just think without that it kind of gets lost a little bit. So then I'm going to stick that on there like that. To just bring that frame that window a little bit. So then what I did was I embossed it again, this centerpiece, and I cut the curtains out so that I could just put the curtains on. So I'm just going to add some glue to them. It's quite a deep emboss when you emboss it, so it actually is really easy to cut the curtains out. It was not and this is a totally different, it's the same company, but it was just an odd bit of scrap of pattern paper that just went okay with the other papers and that I was using. So that's what I made so far. And then what I did is I stamped, coloured and fussy cut the dog. And I'm just going to pop him there. Now, because I've done some layers, I'm going to put 2 layers of foam squares on the bottom half, just so that it lifts him. His legs are not very wide, just so that it lifts him, because otherwise he's not going to be high enough at the bottom. It's been glorious weather all weekend here in Somerset. We spent nearly all weekend in the garden. And today it's been very overcast, and we've even had a bit of rain. I had to rush out and get my washing in off the line. Okay, so I'm just going to pop him so that he is peeking out the window. How cute is that? So I have got a happy birthday sentiment. I've been using this one all day. It's the one that's been stuck on my stamping block all day, this one. So I'm just going to get a piece of white card and quickly stamp happy birthday. Cut that out. And then I'm just going to glue that. Let me see if I've got some scrap pink. I'm just going to glue that to a piece of my pink. Cut that out. That's a bit wide at the top there. See, once I start doing it like this, it then goes a bit, I can never quite get it right, and then you end up, it's too small, and then I'm not happy. And okay, no, it needs a bit of white now, so I'm just going to glue that to a bit of my white. Cut that out. And then let's get all that out of the way. I think I'm just going to, now then, I think I am going to just I'm never happy. It's never quite right. I think I'm going to just add glue to the bottom and glue that on there. Yeah, it's about right. Now, I didn't know whether to, on the curtains there is a little heart, and I didn't know whether to quickly die cut. I did have my heart cutting pliers earlier, but obviously I've put them away. That is definitely not hearts, Kerry. I actually might just cut. I forget that my die cutting machine is actually what is holding my camera up so I can film my tutorials. So if I use my die cutting machine, I'll be figuring you around all over the place. So in these tie backs here, you can't really see it very well, but there is actually a heart, and I'm just going to stick that over the top of that heart. I mean, these are a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So yes, I literally went from this morning to making vintage sports cards to cutesy dogs and cats. A very random craft day. Anyway, that is my tutorial for today. So I hope you've enjoyed my cards. I hope you have a go at making one. They're not difficult. They're just something a little bit different. Like I say, you don't really need the acetate when your topper's so big, but I'd cut it so it's there ready anyway. Yes, so if you could give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, that would be wonderful, and I will be back again soon. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.